Welcome members to another weekly market update. Please, as always, check the other presentation when I talk about the overall market conditions, short term, long term. I also mentioned there, I mentioned again here, the event that's on January the 13th and 14th. And as your members, you don't have to come to all of it. You can come to the bits you want or don't want, or just have a refresher, whatever you want to do. There's going to be a special price for you. It's not obviously at the full price because you're already members. And you don't have to come to the whole thing, but the things that you really don't miss this year, you want to get this module that I'm going to add to things, and that's the new rules for the next 2 decades ahead, because there's a major shift that's been happening all the time in the stock market now and commodities market actually, and it looks like it's shifting around, and it's important that you're aware of the new rules for the next 20 years, because the last 18-ish, 20 years have already just gone past, and there's a shift underway, and it's important you know about it. Not only that, but also I'm going to have a big focus on cryptocurrencies and all making levels in 3 different ways, and which ones and when and so on. Very, very important. So email me for details, raiderhelp@gmail.com. But those are the dates. Save them, and please do come. And remember, you're not going to be paying anything like the price before. So with that said, let's move along to seeing where we are with things. Tile, great action. Let's look at this stepping action here. Beautiful. I was in down here, as you know, where it kissed the 200-day, and he had lots and lots of opportunities to join me. But then up it goes. There's a step. Up it goes. There's another step. Support and resistance. Support. This is classic action here when it's oscillating between these boxes. Brilliant stuff there. And now it's off. But we were in down here. Really impressive action. Love it. Let's look at Pico. Again, it's clear to see there is the support line, plain as day. So that's where I got in. Up it goes, and has a little bit of a setback, and holding on around here, which I think is fine. My stop loss will remain in place. With the initial one was just using that line really. If it gets below 16-ish, 16.5-ish, then I'll be out. But otherwise, just let it sit. It's not doing any harm there. ANSS. Beautiful action, really beautiful. Here's that support line on a collision course with a rising moving average. Same script, different stock. Beautiful. Up on huge volume. Best of all, it's maintaining the high ground. So this is a nice gain already. It was at about 120, and that's up to 150. So that's 30. So that's it's huge. It's like it's a 25% gain already. With looks like it's more to come though. Just let it just digest its gains. Fantastic stuff there. W, we got out of W, but it looks like it's bouncing back. So you could have got in there if you wanted to, as I said. But I was out of that once it misbehaves once, and I tend to get back in. What else was I looking at here? Was KMG. So that's last weekend. I was talking about it around there. Getting in sometime. I wanted it to come down a little bit more. And that's what it is, because the trend line with this one wasn't a flat one, wasn't a cross one. What the trend line I identified was kind of this one diagonally, and it gave us an opportunity to get in. So I'm in there at this sort of range down here. So that's great. The pound is maintaining. There's that trend line right across there like that, and I was looking to get in around last weekend. It was there, and I said there's the trend line, so it gave us a perfect opportunity on the Monday, and there it is, bang, and you're in, and hopefully enjoying the ride there. What else do we have here? TDOC. Yeah, this one violated the line, so didn't get in there. Tight stop used if you're in at all, and that's what's great about this system. We had some great gains this year from MGPI and CAT as well. So it's been great, and that's why it's not only important, where my system identified a year ago, brand new bull market to get in with that, but it's also the signal about, look, you can't, however silly things get, And you know I've been saying it's been silly for a long time, that it just didn't even correct. But notice how I've been still been making trades, because you see you can't fight the trend. You have to join the party, and that's why these trends have been doing. I mean they'll be doing well in any sort of condition. But obviously when the wind is in your sails, like it has been, you have to make hay while the sun shines. I'm not going to add to new positions because nothing's really caught my eye this last week. Plus I've already got a fair amount open. And it does look like the market might be, I don't know, you can't say it's going to correct, but it looks like it's just maybe just having a little bit of a level off. But this is a real bullish time we're heading into now. Thanksgiving, December. So definitely going to hopefully get some more trades in before the end of the year. Just want to get too stretched. So let's have a look at gold before we sign off. And it's been great action with gold because it's really defending its position here at the 200-day. And on Friday, we had some really nice action there with that on high volume gold. So, it could be starting to see some movement here. At the end of the day, gold is in an uptrend. There's the moving average pointing up and the stock is above it. The dollar, on the other hand, different story. There's an aggressive downside and tried to have a counter attack here, but then that's just turned right back around. So that's the end of the dollar's advance for now. And again, that's affecting all things, because everything's pegged against the dollar in forex trading. So that should mean that everything's back on track now for that is everything else against the dollar. Dollars looks like it's in bad shape. So that means gold up, pound up, etc. Let's also have a look at energy, because I'm going to keep my eye on that. This has been holding on. What I don't like, there's two things I look for. You look for the direction of the moving average, and you look for the price to be above or below it. To be bullish, I ideally want the price above it and the moving average pointing up. This case, didn't have both things. It was the moving average is still pointing down, which is why, as we can see this last week here. So this is energy, it's oil, everything. So a lot of people are looking at this, ways, commodities, all sorts. You see, so we had this so-called golden cross here, which is where the 50-day crosses the 200-day. But as I was pointed out recently, this is usually a bearish signal, actually, temporarily. So there it is. There's our so-called golden cross. Everyone goes, all right, bye. And as soon as the first thing it does is just shoot right down again. But typically what happens after then is it may start to turn up again. So as long as it can hold above the 200-day here, we could start to see things just turning around. You can see the RSI, they're just turning around here. And energy could be on its way. And there's oil. There's oil there. Oil's really hanging on, doing nicely. So there's that golden cross again, and then down she goes, and then up it is carrying on now. So that kind of little pullback there for oil really could have played out nicely. I think, and there's the weekly chart. I think if oil can get above, because I know a lot of people trade oil and they look at the energy markets, get it back above 12. Look at that huge section of resistance there that'll be overcome, especially just around here. But 12 especially should really do it. But things are starting to shape up in energy as well. So and that's obviously important to know, because there's we might be looking at some energy stocks next. So I'll sign off for now, and I'll speak to you next time. Don't forget to email me if you'd like to get a place on January 13th, 14th, because seats are already starting to sell. Speak to you next week.